Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Ty Gillette again. I am talking to anyone right now that's at that moment in their life where they don't really know what they're doing or what they want to do. Even if it's like later in life, it's like, okay, I kind of been doing this for a while. What is next? So that's who I'm talking to. I just kind of want to share with you guys a little bit about my story because I think some people can probably relate. I also want to kind of share a short testimony where God has really been guiding me to where I am today and what I understand and know about myself in my life today. I graduated undergrad last year with a bachelor's degree in business administration with a focus in entrepreneurship, right? So I knew that I wanted to do entrepreneurship. The reason why is because I know I'm interested in a lot of different things that don't necessarily fit into like one straight path. So I'm graduating college and I'm telling folks I'm not going to graduate school because I didn't have any reason to it. I'm like, what I want to do is entrepreneurship. I'm young right now. I feel like it's best I just start right now to allow this time for me to try and fail, and to learn. And then that way I'm not much older and thinking like, dang, I wasted all this time doing other things just to take up time, so it didn't look like I wasn't doing nothing. I don't want to be that person because I see a lot of stories where some people knew before they took whatever job or whatever career path that that's not what they wanted to do. I didn't want to be that person. So I'm like, God, I don't know what you want me to do. I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but I know you're going to lead me. So right now, literally, I'm allowing myself to have nothing on my plate, so that you could fill my plate up instead of me filling my plate up on my own and making myself busy looking like I'm doing something when it's like, you're probably doing a lot, but what are you doing according to what God has called you to do? Because I'm here for the purpose that He set me on this earth. So it's like when I'm doing what I want to do because I think, well, because other people think I should be doing it or because it's what is normal. Now I'm wasting time when God was probably not calling me here. He was saying, lady, I know that's what the usual path is, but I need you over here. So I needed to be sensitive to that and listen to that. And so that's what it looked like for me as far as like just listening to God and having to go against the norm of what people usually do or what they think I should do, you know? So I already knew like, okay, lady, it's gonna be difficult. I knew a lot of people would ask me, what am I doing next? And so I'm like, oh, well, I do YouTube. And you know, the response is kind of like, oh, okay, you know, I could tell they're automatically just kind of like, okay, so you ain't doing nothing, right? So anyways, everyone's route is not YouTube. This is the route that literally God took me to, because I did not plan any, I didn't have a desire or intent to become a YouTuber. It just fell on me. And then I realized like, okay, let me just keep going with this. Like, let me keep doing this. So I just kept doing it. But then it got difficult when I graduated, because it's like, okay, lady, you're doing this, but how can you actually make living money? Because you graduated and now you need to live, you know? That's where it became difficult, because I'm like, I want to do what I'm doing because I enjoy doing it. It doesn't make me a lot of money right now, at least. So maybe I just pick up a job, but then it's like, pick up a job and now I can't really focus on my craft or just keep crafting what I do on YouTube. It's like I knew it was going to be hard, but I think it was actually much harder than I anticipated. Because I'm like, when I went natural, people was looking at me the same type of crazy way, like, lady, what you doing with your hair? Or, haha, it's nappy curly or something like, stuff like that. And it's like, y'all laughing, but my hair is about to be flourishing, and then y'all gonna be asking me how I did my hair, and that's literally what happened after my hair started getting right. So I'm like, okay, you went through this before with hair. That was something on a smaller scale, but now you about to go through this dealing with life and like what you want to do in life. So it's the same feeling. It's the same feeling of like you have a vision for yourself, but as far as getting to that vision, you just don't know how to really get there yet. And right now you just kind of winging it and learning as you go. You fell a few times, you try again a different way, or you know, it's literally just figuring out what you enjoy, what you like, what you don't like, what you're not gonna do, what you go. So it's the same, but it still was hard, because for me, I would be like, yeah, I do YouTube. The way I said it, you could tell I didn't really value what I did myself. And so what I'm learning today is I'm fully accepting the amount of work it goes into making YouTube videos, and it actually is a thing, whether I'm making a lot of money already or yet or ever or not. Because it was like I would have those moments like, God, I really don't make enough money to even live under my own roof right now. But God is good, because even while I'm not making enough to live for myself, I've always been provided for. Like, always had a shelter over my head. I had a video when I was first like reaching that threshold of like, God, what is next? What do you want me to do? I can't keep doing this. It's not enough. I had revealed in that video that I had got kicked out of where I was living. I was living with my mom. But even when I got kicked out, God provided a place, because he's always provided. Like, even when someone didn't want me in their place to live, you know, it's like he still has something for me. It's like, lady, you're never going to lack or be without, as long as you're doing what I'm calling you to do. And so that's my thing. It's like, God, I can't get in the position to be kicked out somewhere again, because where I'm living is not my own place of living. But then I have to think, even when I got kicked out, he had somewhere for me. It's like, he never just dropped me off. So basically, where I'm at now, because that's really what I wanted to get to, whatever it is God is calling you to do, he's going to carry you. He's going to provide for you. He's going to grace you for it. So if you like, God, I don't really have the money, but I know you're telling me to do this, trust God. That's really my thing. Trust God. If he's calling you to do it, he's always going to make a way for you. Always. Always. Like, during this time, he's never failed me. As far as grad school, like, I knew God was not telling me to go to grad school. He didn't put the desire in me at all. So I'm like, okay, I'm not about to go to grad school just to satisfy people. But God, what do you want me to do? So literally, this was just me being guided by God. And I would cry. I would like, some of my prayers, I would get to like a breaking point, and I'm like, God, you know, and the people in this, okay, I didn't get to the people around you. The people around you are really important. Like I said, I don't even know if I finished that thought. I work at home. So I'm at home most of the day because I record at home, I edit at home. So to me, it looks like I'm doing nothing. And it could look like that to others. So there's a difference when someone could come home and tell me, like, you just been laying around all day. And I'm already battling with this on my own. So it's like, I know I haven't been laying around all day, but then there's that. Literally, it's a battle. That's why it's important who you have around you. When people's words can further negatively affect you, it's like there's definitely a disconnect from what you're saying to me right now and how I'm feeling and what I feel like I've been doing, and it's not encouraging me. So I'm going to compare that to, at one point I had lived with a friend, right? When I had got kicked out the house, that's where I was at. And she had a job that she left to go to. When she would come home, she would ask me, how was work? And that really was so encouraging, because it was like, you're right, like, this is work. Like, you leave the house and go to work. I stay home and work and I record, you know. So by the time you get home, I could tell you about my work day, how my recording went, how my hair came out, what I recorded, you know. So those simple words were so encouraging to me. Even my sister one time was like you making moves, and I'm like, girl, tell me what moves I've been making, you know. But it's like the people around you that love you and care about you and see you for you, even when you're not seeing it yourself. You need those people around you, because they're going to continue to uplift and encourage you. The people that are not seeing you for you, or like at least your potential, and they're seeing you for where you're at now, or, you know, and that's all they can see, or you need to be able to discern and test the spirit so you could know who to distance from during this time of where you're growing, because this is a fragile time for you while you're figuring it out. So sometimes I would like have those prayers like, okay, God, I have these people around me that encourage me, but I'm really struggling on this inside, because they speak positive and good things about me, but on the inside I feel like I'm winging it. And that was my difficulty with God. I'm like, God, I'm just winging it. Give me something where it's actually tangible. Like, I could say I'm a doctor, or I'm in school to become a, you know, like, give me something. That's what I wanted. And so he didn't give me that, and it makes sense why he didn't, because my value is not on what titles and labels are. And so I really battled that, because I'm like, okay, what I'm doing right now, I'm doing what he's calling me to do. And in this, I'm encouraging people, and that's what I want to do. It does not look like anything to other people, but it's actually something huge. So whatever God is calling you to do, that's really like my thing. It's like, this video is not to tell anybody to not go to school. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is do whatever God has called you to do, because sometimes He's going to call you to go to school, and you can't be defiant talking about, no, God, I ain't gonna go. I guess I'll share a little bit where I'm at right now. God has spoken to me about school, about grad school. I didn't have any desire for it when I first graduated, so at first I'm upset with Him, like, okay, God, if you was gonna take me back to grad school, why you didn't have me go right when I graduated? It makes so much sense why you didn't have me. This amount of time that I had outside helped me grow so much and learn so much about myself and about things, and how to perfect my craft and continue to grow. And I had so much idle time that I was able to spend it with God. That's the thing. It's like I learned so much with Him during this time, but if I was in school, I would have been so busy. And so it's like, now me going into grad school, my huge worry is like, God, you know, when I wake up, I talk to you, you know, am I gonna have that time? Because I'm gonna be waking up earlier, you know, I'm gonna need to be getting to school, I'm gonna be on the time constraint. So that's like my thing now. I'm like, God, you sure I'm gonna still have time for you? But it's like, because He is someone that's so important to me and a priority in my life, I'm gonna make sure He's still in that. But had I gone straight into school and not been able to have this time to have this relationship with Him, to build this relationship with Him, He would have been thrown out, you know, like, oh, God, you know, I gotta finish these papers, I'll talk to you tomorrow. But now that I have this time and to really get to know Him a little more, I crave more of Him. So I'm like, God, when I go back to school, I don't need you to leave me. Like, I don't need you to leave me, or whatever it is He takes me to. Who knows? Whatever the outcome of it is, I'm okay with it, because I know that that's where He's leading me. So as far as winging it, yeah, I was winging it, and I am winging it, and I'll probably be winging it for the rest of my life, because I can have these ideas of what I want to do, but ultimately it's what God wants me to do. And sometimes when my idea does not line up with His, so I need to be open-minded to what He's saying to me in every moment, so that I could go where He's calling me to. I didn't get to my testimony, but I'll share it really quickly, because like I said, this time was such a time of growth, and I ran into a lot of random strangers, because I wasn't working, I wasn't in school. I would go to like Starbucks all the time, or the park, and I ran into a lot of strangers, and God is so good. They poured into me so much, like it was the most random conversation, but it was like God speaking to me through them. So a few people He sent to me to speak to me about school, and at first I'm like, nope, God, I ain't going back. But then I started submitting, because at first it's God, I ain't going back, because now I have this stubborn and prideful thing in me that's saying, like, lady, you can't go back, because when you graduated, you was telling people you wasn't gonna go, and they was telling you to go, and if you go back, they're gonna be like, see, you have to go. So I had to strip all that away, all this worry about what other people were saying, what other people were thinking. It's like, it's the whole reason why God did not have me go right away. Everything is according to His timing. He didn't want me to go right away, so God, I'm not going. You want me to go now? I'm going. I don't care what people got to say about it. I don't care. You know, I'm following His lead. So that's why I say, yes, I am winging it. And it's okay, because I'm depending on Him and where He's guiding me. And so that's my encouragement to you, who I'm speaking to right now, too. It's like, I don't know what your journey is or what your story is, but trust God above all things, above everything. If He's telling you to go to school, go. If He told you at first not to go, and all of a sudden He's telling you now, go. Also, this time around with me going back, I know exactly what I want to do. Like, I'm excited to go back to school. I know exactly what I want to learn about, and I can't wait. So, I'm going to share one person particularly that really helped me understand what was going on. I went to the park one day. First of all, the first time where I really knew He was telling me to go to school, I was talking to these two men. We got on the topic about God, and literally it was like they knew me, even though they didn't know me yet. We started talking about school, because they were encouraging me to go back to school. Their words, the way they were saying it, weren't in a way of like, girl, you need to go back to school. It was an encouraging way, and this is why I know they were sent by God. The delivery was like, it was just so peaceful. I didn't leave feeling like, oh, they think I should go to school. I just felt so encouraged, you know, even though they were telling me to do something that I, you know, all this time knew that I didn't want to do. Now, this other person I ran into and I met, we were just having, I was reading the Bible. She was asking me what I was reading. We started talking about God and sharing like just a little bit about ourselves and our life. And then she got to the point, and it always comes with every person I run into. That's when I'm like, God, they're going to ask what you do. And I respond, and I'm like, oh, I do YouTube. It's like, lady, you do so much more than YouTube, you know? It's not YouTube. And so I started playing around with words. I started like, oh, I encourage people on social media, or oh, I teach people how to do their hair, or oh, I'm a natural hair influencer. But I hated that because I'm like, I'm not just hair. It's like, yeah, that's the foundation of my channel and stuff. But it's like, I'm not only someone that's just going to encourage you in hair. I want to encourage you in your life. Hair is one aspect of your life. I like hair because I know if I can help someone to do their hair or encourage them about their hair, they're going to feel so much better about themselves, you know? So that's just one part. But it's like, I want to be in your whole area, kind of like with God. Like, God wants you to let him into all of you. He doesn't want you to just let him into the relationship aspect of your life with your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your wife or your husband, or just with your children, or just with your career. He wants it all. He wants your health. He wants your mind. He wants the whole thing. So yeah, I'm not got anything, but I'm his vessel. So when I'm speaking to you, I want to speak to your whole everything, because that's what God does. He speaks to every part of us. So I don't want to just speak to your hair. I want to speak to any part of you that can be touched by how God wants you to be touched through me. And so we got to that point in the conversation. She's like, so what do you do? And I respond the same way. I'm like, oh, you know, I do YouTube videos and help people do their natural hair. And so she's like, oh, okay, you know, and then we started talking about it a little bit. And so when we finished, I asked her, well, you know, what do you do? And she was like, I'm a full-time mom. And I love that she said that. And she went on, she's like, you know, a lot of people don't think that being a mom is a job, but it is work. Not just what she said, but the way she said it spoke to me, because I could tell she was challenging herself to say it. It looked like I could see in her spirit that she battled with what she was doing. And God was calling her to be a full-time mom and focus on her children at this time, because they were so young. And she was like, yeah, I'm going to be a full-time mom until they reach the age of school, right? And she even explained to me that we had so much, it wasn't that much time, but I learned so much about her in that time. She was explaining to me like how she got there. She was an accountant, right? She's worked with many different small companies, big companies, and she had even worked her way up. She was making good money. And so she explained that story to me of like when she was realizing God was calling her away from that. Not that that was bad, but like he wanted her to focus and shift on a different area of her life right now. And she needed to obey. And she even was speaking to me. She's like, you know, my thing was like, is my job my provider? Is my husband my provider? You know, God is the ultimate provider. So it's like if he's calling you away, trust him and know he's going to provide. So she was telling me her testimony, and like she was still living in her testimony though. And like right now I'm telling y'all my story, but I'm still living in my story. I still don't really know where God is going to take me next with me applying to colleges and stuff right now, or even when I graduate, like what that's really going to look like. I have an idea, but it's like until I'm in it, it's like it's just something there that I haven't touched yet. But where I am now, I still enjoy where I am now because this is something I have touched, you know, and that's what people need to get to. Is like we live in the future, we live in this vision, but it's like where you at now is where you're supposed to be. And that's really what I tell myself every day is like where I'm at today is where I'm supposed to be, and I know that because God is not calling me to do anything different right now, and this is what he's told me to do. Until I get the next direction, I'm going to do the last thing he told me to do, and I'm just waiting. Ooh. Wait on the Lord. Don't go doing stuff out of impatience, because that's when we fall into sin. That's when we fall into getting caught up in things we wasn't supposed to do. So if he hasn't said anything yet, just stay still. Stay still and do the last thing he told you to do. Because that means it's still something there he wants you to focus on. And that's where it was for me. It's like, God, I've been doing YouTube video. When is this going to take me to something else? When am I going to be like at events speaking publicly? Because that's what I want to do. And I'm looking back and I'm like, lady, lady, where you was at when you was asking for all this stuff? You were not ready to fully take on that task of public speaking, all that stuff. It's like right now you're still even in the process. And so really kind of, I think this is actually just part of that preparation. It's like, this is hard for me to do, get on camera and talk, but I love to talk. But yeah, do the last thing he told you to do. Don't go doing things out of impatience. If he didn't give it to you right now, he doesn't want you to have it right now. That's okay. Be where God called you to be. Be present. Be here. Where you are here is success. Awesome. Like, don't minimize it. So I'm not going to minimize what I do on YouTube anywhere. I'm not going to minimize the work, the recording, the editing, the thinking. A little bit left with that story. By the way she said it really touched me, because I saw that she was battling with the same thing that I was battling, so she was in a different area with it. She was finally at the point where she was saying it with her chest, what she was and what she does. And that touched me so much. And since then, I realized, lady, it's not what you do that's the problem, or the lack of what you do that's the problem. It's how you view what you do. And so if you are graduating high school or college or whatever, and you've decided not to go the next step that people think you should do, or wherever you are in your life and you not doing what people think you should do or whatever, it doesn't make sense to other people. You need to own what you're doing. If God calls you to do it, it's something you need to own it. And once you start owning it, that's when people start taking it seriously. So if people don't take you seriously, you might need to self-reflect and see how you are valuing yourself. Because when you value yourself, people start taking you seriously. They don't have to treat you according to the value that you set for yourself. But when you set your value low, they're going to treat you according to the value that you set for yourself, which is lower than who you really are and who God called you to be. So if you're doing and being who God called you to be, your value. And so you just keep doing that and keep doing what God called you to do. And can't nobody tell you nothing about yourself. You can't tell me nothing about myself if God called me to do what I'm doing right now. You know, so that's really what it's about. I just really want to encourage y'all. I keep saying the same thing, but I really want to press that, like, do what he calls you to do. Not even what you want to do. Because sometimes you gotta sacrifice some things that you wanted to do, some things that you want for his will, because his will is greater than what you got for yourself. But yeah, so I was picking, asking questions about her family, because I was getting in her business, right? And I told her that I was thinking about school. So now I'm telling her where I'm at. I'm like, I'm thinking about grad school. To me, what I want to go to grad school for is so different from business. They're like almost opposites, it seemed to me. And so I'm telling her, and she was like, wow. Her husband was an undergrad for business, and then what he went to grad school for was what I'm going to grad school for. So that encouraged me even more, because I'm like, wow. And then she was like, yeah, he started taking the classes, and he realized that they were brushing up on the business aspect of what he was learning about. And that's why I love business too, because I'm like, anything you do in life is a business. Your person is a business. When you are telling people who you are selling yourself. You need to know how to market. Like right now, I'm talking to you about what I do. I'm selling myself and what I do. But when I was at first selling myself, I wasn't really selling it. Oh, I do YouTube. So yeah, I realized business is like a whole thing and it covers so much. So that's why I love business. But yeah, that's that. So that when I found that out about her husband, that really encouraged me too, because it was more confirmation for me also, that I feel like God is sent of like, okay, you settled on the right grad school programs you want to enter into. Yes, that's where I'm at right now, and that's the word I wanted to share with you today. Drop a heart if you made it this far, or drop 2 different colored hearts if you made it this far, because some of y'all probably fell off. But I'll be back on my next video, probably be a hair video. I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to like the video if something in here was good for you. And don't forget to subscribe because a lot of people forget to subscribe to channels, myself included. I just be watching videos. Don't forget to subscribe.